What if Mazda brought back the RX-9 with a completely new sports car designed to challenge some of the most exciting performance cars on the road? Meet the 2027 Mazda RX-9, a futuristic sports coupe concept that combines Mazda's aggressive Kodo-inspired design with a low, wide stance, dramatic LED light, a sleek glass roof, and a seriously aggressive rear end. But there's one big question. Could this be the RX we've been waiting for? In this video, we'll take a closer look at the design, exterior, interior, performance expectations, technology, and what the potential price could look like. And remember, the images you're seeing represent a conceptual interpretation of a 2027 Mazda RX-9, not confirmed production specifications from Mazda. Starting at the front, the 2027 Mazda RX-9 immediately looks different from Mazda's current lineup. The nose is extremely low and wide, giving the car a strong sports car presence. The headlights are ultra-thin and connected visually across the front, creating a futuristic appearance. One of the most noticeable details is the illuminated Mazda lettering positioned above the large black grille. The grille itself features an aggressive layered pattern that gives the front end a much more performance-focused character. Below it, the RX-9 features a low front splitter and sculpted air channels designed to make the car look wider and closer to the ground. From this angle, the RX-9 looks like it was designed primarily for performance. Move around to the side, and the proportions become even more impressive. The car has a long hood, short overhangs, a low roofline, large black wheels, and muscular rear shoulders. The black wheels give the white body a strong contrast, while the red brake calipers add another performance detail. The side profile is clean and aerodynamic, with minimal unnecessary decoration. The roof also appears to feature a large glass section, creating a more open and modern cabin. And because this is a sports coupe, the driving position appears to be very low, giving the car a much more focused character than a typical Mazda. At the rear, the RX-9 becomes even more dramatic. A full-width red LED taillight stretches across the rear, with illuminated Mazda lettering positioned in the center. Underneath, the rear bumper features a large black diffuser and aggressive aerodynamic elements. The central exhaust outlet also gives the car a traditional performance car character. The rear glass area provides another interesting visual detail, allowing the mechanical area beneath it to become part of the design. Overall, the rear looks wide, low, and extremely futuristic. Now the powertrain. Mazda has a long history with rotary engine technology, which makes the RX-9 especially important. However, as of now, Mazda has not officially confirmed production specifications for a 2027 RX-9. That means we should treat any engine, horsepower, transmission, acceleration, or range numbers circulating online as speculation rather than confirmed information. If Mazda eventually produces an RX-9, enthusiasts will naturally expect something special: lightweight chassis, strong acceleration, sharp steering, and excellent handling would be essential. Whether that comes from a rotary-based system, hybrid technology, turbocharged power, or another configuration remains an open question, and honestly, that uncertainty is part of what makes the idea so exciting. Inside, the RX-9 concept takes a much more futuristic approach. The cabin features a wide digital display stretching across the dashboard, a digital instrument cluster, and a minimalist center console. The steering wheel carries the Mazda identity, while the seats have a sporty design intended to keep the driver and passenger firmly positioned. The combination of black surfaces and light-colored seats gives the interior a premium appearance. Technology also appears to be a major focus. A large central display could provide navigation, vehicle information, media, and performance data. The overall layout is clean without making the cabin look overly complicated. But the most important thing about an RX-9 wouldn't simply be technology. Would be the driving experience. Mazda has traditionally focused heavily on driver engagement, and an RX-branded sports car would need to continue that philosophy. Imagine a lightweight coupe with precise steering, responsive brakes, a low center of gravity, and a chassis designed for winding roads. That could make the RX-9 something very different from a typical luxury coupe. Now, what about the price? Again, Mazda has not officially announced a production RX-9 price, but if a future RX-9 were positioned as a premium performance coupe, pricing could potentially place it above Mazda's mainstream models and into competition with established sports cars. The final price would depend heavily on the engine technology, hybrid system, materials, performance, and equipment. Mazda chooses .so for now. Any exact price should be treated as an estimate. And that brings us to the biggest question. Would you actually want Mazda to build this car? The design certainly has the ingredients. It looks aggressive without completely abandoning Mazda's identity. It has a low sports car profile, futuristic lighting, a dramatic rear end, and a cabin that feels modern and driver-focused. Most importantly, the RX-9 could potentially give Mazda something it currently lacks: a dedicated modern flagship sports car. So, the 2027 Mazda RX-9 remains an exciting possibility rather than a confirmed production model. But if Mazda ever turns an idea like this into reality, it could become one of the most interesting Japanese sports cars of the next generation. The design is bold. The RX name carries serious heritage, and the potential for a lightweight, driver-focused performance machine is incredibly exciting. Now I want to hear from you. Would you choose the 2027 Mazda RX-9 over a Toyota Supra, Nissan Z, or another modern sports car? Let me know your answer in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look at the future of Mazda, subscribe to Automotive, like this video, and share it with another car enthusiast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.